Last time on Knights of the Rolled Table, Team Valiant found themselves in a nomadic camp of friendly Afriti, displaced by a tyrannical bully of their own kind. They agree to try and take care of this guy, known as Gohol the Brutal. Meanwhile, Team Slate go after their third target, a wizard named Drodos, who lives in a forest tower outside of Castor City. On their way, they meet a colony of psilocybes, who are missing many of their kin. The party agrees to look for them, but they have to deal with the wizard first.
All right, Sania takes you out through the back. Eventually, the nice covering of darkness and dampness is kind of given way, and the bright sunlight again kind of comes out, and you see that there is this section of forest that has been cleared out, and you can see that there's stumps of trees and stumps of these giant mushrooms that have been cleared out, and you see that this barren hill that now has a bunch of rock and gravel leading up to it, to this stone tower that, you know, is cylindrical in shape and comes up what looks like, you know, 3 or 4 stories. Part of the mushroom forest that would continue here is kind of gone away over on the side. And Senio says, I cannot go beyond, I cannot go into the sunlight. The flesh bones must go the rest of the way, alone.
Thanks, Senio.
All right. You gonna stay here for when we come back, or should we just find our way back to your village afterwards?
Senio can wait.
Can I roll Perception to see if I spot a Lorax?
Sure. You don't. It's a licensed property.
Oh,
no,
man.
licensed property.
It's a Zarlor.
It's a faux Lorax.
I'm the Zarlor. I speak for the mushrooms. And this is whack. All right.
Hip Hop Lorax, please, Jeff. Please do it. Just, I'm the Zarlor, and I'm here to say deforestation is not okay.
Oh my God! Stop.
You guys are standing before the Wizard Tower of Drodos Devona, the last target on your list of names, and you have a clear path straight to his front door as you guys are leaving the Mushroom Village.
Hey, I'm gonna use that potion and drink that potion, and I rolled a 4, legit, and I'm gonna add it to my perception checks for the next hour.
All right.
I would like to look around and see if there's a hidden entrance or some sort of, you know, not a front door, but maybe a side entrance or like some sort of thing that would lead us up to the top.
Roll a perception check with your +4 from the
4.
Elixir of Dagani.
Natural 20.
Oh dang!
No! Dang.
With a 25.
+4, so 25.
Wow. Okay, so you're looking at this. After a little bit, you see that, like, maybe there's some sort of, like, magical sheen, like some sort of, like, ripply waviness happening on a few of on, like, this little section of bricks. You don't really know, but you just kind of see, like, oh, there's kind of this door-shaped, like, cloaked, you know, like the Predator in cloak mode over on the side here.
Hey, y'all. Psst, come over here. I see something. My arcane senses went off, and I see a couple of bricks that are not quite looking what they seem to be. So I think this might be like a secret entrance. We should definitely go in this way.
Can we all fit?
Yeah, it's a regular door.
I just mean, like, if we try and go at the same time, are we going to be able to fit?
Well, I'll go first, and I just go right through.
All right. As you kind of come up, you feel and you see that like there's some sort of major image illusory spell, and you are able to kind of find a doorknob, and you pull the door open and are able to walk through. And what you see is this tower is maybe like 20 feet in diameter, and so it's not terribly large, but you enter into this very humble-looking round room that is kind of this base level, and you see the front door on the other side is barred closed. Up above the door frame, there's a couple vials that have some sort of weird liquid in there, and you think that if you'd have tried to go through the front door, even if you were able to somehow get it open, there was probably traps there too. So you really lucked out.
I want to disarm it, and I want to try and take the vials.
All right, so you use your skills, and real quickly with deft and measure, you're able to take down these little vials, and now you have a little vial of some sort of green liquid.
And I have no idea what they do, or I can infer what I mean, I know they're probably not good, probably not healing potions.
You would have to kind of, open it up and either smell it or pour it out.
That
or do
sounds like
something
a
to
bad idea. So I'm just going to hang on to them. That's fine.
Okay. You have four little potions of green liquid, or 4 little vials of green liquid.
Does anyone want one of these? Or I can just hang on to them and utilize them when the time comes.
Well, I mean, if you're handing them out, I'll take one.
All right. There we go. Biscuit has 1.
I'm going to smell it.
All right, so you uncork the little cap, and as you bring it close to your face, it just instantly kind of
all your nose hairs go
your nose hairs and your sinus, when you have what's that horseradish or really strong wasabi, and it just destroys your sinuses. You just bringing it close like that, you get that sensation. From
Igneous is even more hairless than usual. His face.
Oh, I think it's bad. It's a bad thing. I don't know what it would do if you drank it or you threw it, but if somebody smells it, it would certainly be distracting.
Yeah, it seems very Bernie.
I am once again asking you to poison your foes.
All right, so you guys see that on the side of the tower there is a staircase that is ascending, going to the next level up.
I can, if you'd like for me to go out in front, I am rather stealthy. I could take the lead.
I would like that.
Yeah, last time I tried that, it didn't work out so well for anyone. So,
I
let's
will
have
do
you
that.
do it.
I would like to move out. I want to be at least about 60 feet in front of the group.
Okay.
And I'm going to attempt to stealthily make my way up the thing.
All right, go ahead and roll a stealth check.
Oh, that's a 9.
9, okay.
I'm still looking around using my perception. I'm like way perceptive right now.
You took Adderall,
just looking
basically.
around like, look at that! Look at that! Look at that spider on the wall! Look at that! Look at those cracks!
All right, so go ahead and roll a perception, and Dierdre, go ahead and roll a perception too as you're climbing up
19 on that one.
All right.
D4.
To be fair, I'm like +7 for stealth. I just rolled a 2.
22 perception.
All right, so both of you guys, as you're kind of starting, you see that this is kind of a wood staircase, so there's planks of wood sticking out that are coming up, and you see that there's one that looks like it's a little off. It looks like it's a little more sunk down or a little more up on one side or the other. You can't really tell, but it looks like it's a little bit off.
Dierdre. I'll cast Mage Hand, and I'll kind of point at this one. I'll be like, everybody, don't step on that one. That one's a little shaky.
Can I take a closer look at it and see if it's something that I could possibly disarm?
Sure. Roll another perception.
You want perception or investigation?
Ooh, investigation, yeah, for sure.
15.
15. So you take a look, and this looks like it's definitely magical in nature. Whatever the thing is that would set it off, you wouldn't be able to disarm because it doesn't have any mechanical components to it.
Okay.
So,
All right.
probably best to avoid.
I'm just going to avoid it altogether.
I should have done this earlier, but here you go. And I will use 2 key points to cast Pass Without Trace.
All right, Pass Without Trace is on, so you guys feel very stealthy as you're heading up. You're able to see that there's kind of almost a labyrinth of bookcases filled with all sorts of different books, and you can't see a clear path kind of around. There's kind of 3 different ways that you could go. And the bookshelves seem like they're making some sort of maze, and you can't really see over. It's just kind of floor to ceiling in books here. So someone will have to choose a direction to go, either 1, 2, or 3.
I'm going to go with 3.
You kind of head down 3, and it kind of gets a lot skinnier. You're kind of going through these narrow stacks.
I'm rather slender, so...
Oh, of course. Not a problem for Dierdre, of course. And so you kind of go through, and you kind of round a corner, and you kind of come to a dead end.
Do the books go to the ceiling?
Pretty much. There's kind of bookcases that go all the way to the ceiling, and there's just books loaded in and stacked on top of each other.
So if I wanted to climb up to like see, it's just not. It's a non-starter.
Yeah,
Okay.
There's not enough room here. These are like built-in bookcases that go all
I mean, I'm
the
a
way to the
cat,
top.
so I see bookcases. I just want to go up to the top.
You want to go up to the top. You actually find a little nook, and you're able to kind of, it'd be a perfect place to nap if you had a few hours.
Having reached the dead end, I'm just going to look back at everybody and just put the cut hand motion at my neck, like, nah, this ain't it.
All right, you guys make your way back.
I was going to ask, do we want to take a look at any of these books? Do any of the books look interesting or different, or is it all just like airport paperback novels?
So Yenni and Biscuit kind of start to look at the books, and you see that some of them...
I'm more throwing them on the ground. I
Sure.
think Biscuit's the one taking the look.
Sure, Biscuit's trying to decipher them. You're just kind of getting a sense of the bindings. Is this one thick, and how much does this one weigh, and things like that. What you're able to see is that there is all seem to be kind of somewhere between like textbooks and reference books, maybe old spell books of former wizards. They're all related to magic in some way, but there's certainly not any light, breezy reading. Some of them are in languages that you don't understand. Many of them are in scripts that you've never seen before. It's really a really eclectic mix that would need deciphering and decoding to fully understand what each of these different tomes is meant for or supposed to do.
If there's a spell
apparent.
book, I'll take a spell book.
Okay, you find one that looks like it's maybe a spell book of another wizard or something, and
Okay, I'm gonna take one that's in Draconic and.
Yenny's still tossing stuff and is like, ugh, who even has time to read all this stuff?
all right. So Biscuit takes a Draconic book. Cool. We'll have to see what that does later. All right, so you guys backtrack. You went down kind of the third entrance there to no avail, and which way now? 1 or
Number
2?
Number two.
Summon Frog.
And as you say, summon frog, a frog appears right in front of you.
Oh,
And it
you see
croaks.
this? Hello, Frog.
Hey,
Hey, how are you doing? What's your name?
my name's Bert.
Hello, Bert.
What's your name?
Igneous. Nice to meet you.
All right.
Hey, Bert, would you mind going through that doorway right there, in the doorway number 2? See how it looks?
Okay. And he goes and kind of hops over, goes around the corner a little bit, and he comes back.
Jeff, that's not
That
a
is
jumping
such
noise.
a gross noise.
That's a gross noise. Okay.
It's kind of wet.
He's a little wet.
jumping
He's
noise.
just,
Sounds like,
Yeah.
but it doesn't just sound. It
There's some
sounds, Yeah,
suction.
the suction. The suction's what's like. I'm like, there is some gripping that's happening on that floor that like is unnecessary.
He might be able to jump up the wall. He's like a tree frog.
Look, when you DM a season, you can do whatever sound effects you want a frog to be. But for my season, it's going to be... All right, and what I say his name was Bud?
Bert.
Bert. Bert hops back. He says to Igneous, there's a treasure chest over there.
Oh, cool. Bert the Frog says there's a treasure chest in there, and he was not obliterated when he went through the doorway, so that's good.
That
Let's
doesn't mean that it's not something that we should be cautious about.
go. Right. You go first.
Okay. I would like to go and I want to look for traps.
Okay, roll a perception for traps.
21. Dirty 21.
21. You don't see any traps. Looks like it's just there's so much books and stuff here. It doesn't look like there's any room to hide a trap here.
Can I want to investigate the treasure.
There's something weird about this treasure chest.
That's it?
Yeah, it looks like it might be something else pretending to be a treasure chest.
Throw the potion at it.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I'm gonna back away and I'm gonna kind of look at everybody and I'm gonna give them the little finger circle, get ready, and then
Okay.
that's the universal symbol for get ready. Is you take your finger and you make a little circle with it and you're like, it's time. And then I'm gonna throw my ball of potion at the thing.
Okay, go ahead and roll a ranged attack.
I'd like to be ready. I'm gonna pull out my rapier, so that's ready
Okay.
to go as well. 11 to hit.
You throw it, and it breaks open, and the green liquid goes on the chest, and it begins to sizzle, and it just begins to make a crazy sound like that. You see the shape of it kind of begin to contort, and you kind of hear this strange sound kind of emanate from it, and eventually you hear this, and the form of it gives way, and a small mushroom person is kind of laying down on the side, and is going, ow, 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 ah, ow, get it off, ow, get it off.
Oh no!
Like-
One of those fum guys.
The mushroom person was in the chest, or the mushroom person was the chest?
They were the chest.
Okay.
Oh, that's not what I thought it was going to happen at all.
Do I have any water or anything I can put on it? I think I've got I've got a water skin.
Yeah, you squirt a little water, and it goes, oh God, thank you. Oh my gosh.
You know you were a chest, right?
I don't know. The wizards, they took me and changed me, and I haven't been able to move at all. Oh my! You've saved me. Thank you.
There's that they again. Are there more than one wizard?
There's only the wizard here.
All right.
Right. Do you know where this wizard would be in relation to our location right now?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe up. I don't know. I was changed and I couldn't move and I could barely perceive anything. For that whole time, I've been trapped like that for weeks.
Well, you're not very helpful. All right, moving on.
Hey, do you have any
By the way,
sense of
can I
it?
get out of here?
Yeah, just go down the stairs and out the back door. You'll be fine.
Careful though.
Okay.
The sun is out, and I get the impression that
Oh.
your people don't like that much. Maybe grab
Yeah,
a book
maybe.
as an umbrella.
Oh, yeah. Give me another spray of the water. That feels
Hey,
nice.
do you have any sense of if there's any others trapped like you were?
I think that they were trying to make an example of me because I was trying to fight them.
A rebel, I like that. All right.
But it didn't work. So
And
I think I'm just going to go home.
I see what you're saying about the they thing, Aryx. It is a little disconcerting, isn't it?
right. So how did they turn you into a chest?
They waved their magic wand and I became that.
All right. And what were you doing to fight them? when this happened?
I had a sharpened stick, and I was going to poke them with it.
All right, so clearly he's got some tricks up his sleeve. All right, well, listen, we met one of your friends. What's his name? Fum. Back in your village.
Fum, yes, I know them.
Yeah. So why don't you get out here? Just go down the steps. Watch out for. There's one that's kind of weird. So just be careful with some of the steps. Because one of them's trapped maybe, and head out the invisible door.
Okay. I will do that.
Or you can just hang out in the hallway, and we're gonna take care of this wizard guy.
Okay, maybe I'll stay right here.
Okay.
I wish you all luck.
What's your name, friend?
My name? My name is Obai.
Obai.
Oh, bye.
Oh, bye. We'll be back in a bit.
Okay, bye. All right, you head back and you go down the only path that you haven't gone down before, and sure enough, it leads up to another set of stairs to go up another level.
Okay, let's go. I'm gonna go up front.
Okay, roll a perception up this last set of stairs.
Stairs, my only weakness. 21. Man, I'm like rolling all of these. Like, it's technically I rolled a 16, but I'm +5. So hey,
You're rolling hot, Jen.
I am. Well, I had some crummy ones earlier.
Listening back to some of the other episodes, you get in a roll of sometimes having some bad rolls in a row. But
I use
out.
the app, so I feel like it's probably got a toggle on it for like suck that just gets switched. That's like ah.
All right, as you guys are going up, Dierdre, you stop dead in your tracks, and you see leading up, just as the room kind of goes into this spiral staircase that is going to be in stone just kind of through the next area, you actually see that there's these, you get a slight shimmer of these little tiny threads that are across the way, and you see that there are several of them over there, and so you stop right before you're about to hit one of these. So roll an investigation to see what this trap is, and if you can.
Am I gonna have to do like the
defuse it.
Catherine Zeta-Jones like? That's a 7, but I'm gonna use my inspiration point.
Do it.
18.
18. All right, so from where you are, you can see that each of these is connected to some sort of like spike or a crossbow bolt that would shoot out if you were to hit any of these. And so you're able to kind of backtrack into where the thread recesses into it, and you're able to undo the mechanism, and you do this to each of them, and you disable 4 of these little traps that would have been, if anybody else was leading, you're not sure anybody else would have seen it because it was just the right amount of luck and attention that you were paying at the time.
My paranoia pays off.
How's that mage armor?
I think I still have it.
Nice.
6 minutes left. So it better not go longer than 10 rounds.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
Summon shield.
I got 6 minutes mage armor. Let's do this.
Do we
Nothing
still want
summons.
Dierdre to go first?
Nothing.
Sure, I'm gonna go first. Sneaky.
You're gonna try and sneak in?
Yeah, why not?
I'll cast haste on Dierdre.
Ooh, what does that do?
So you have
So much.
for 1 minute. You have a +2 bonus to AC. Your speed is doubled. You have advantage on dexterity saving throws, and you gain an additional action on your turn.
Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo.
So, Dierdre, as soon as Biscuit touches you and imbues you with the haste spell, you feel this rush of energy, and you slam open the door. Just as that happens, you see that in the room, all of these, all the light in the room becomes bright red. You see that there is a wizard who is standing back to you, and he turns around as he sees you, and he's very shocked and very surprised.
And I want to surprise him and stab him.
And stab away! Make a roll!
Well, so 2 things. Because one of the things that I have is, talking about my fast hands, is that I can use my cunning action to take the use an object action.
Okay.
So I would like to attempt, if I might, to use that vial of nasty that I've got and chuck it at him with my fast hands before I make my attack.
Go ahead and roll an attack roll.
Okay.
Or a ranged attack.
16.
16. All right. That will hit. And that's going to do... why don't you roll a d6 there?
4.
So it smashes on his face, and clearly he was not expecting that, and it begins to burn. As you're coming up closer now, you can see that his skin is pale, and his eyes sunken down into his skull, and they almost have like a red bloodshot appearance to them. His fingers are twisted and long and blackened on the ends of them, much like Mitch McConnell's, weirdly, a few months ago. He hisses as you get close, and now you can make your melee attack.
I stab. Stab with my rapier. It's going to be a 14 to hit.
14 will hit.
5 plus 7, so 12 damage.
Okay.
And then with the haste spell, I can make another attack. And that's going to be a 22 to hit.
That is going to hit.
And that's going to be 7 damage. I don't get my sneak on this one, right? It would just be the first one.
Once per turn.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. That's going to be my turn. I am there. I'm engaged with him.
All right. You got him real good there. And he was not expecting that. And he hisses and kind of... Roll initiative.
Dirty 20.
22, baby.
8.
My 18 looks not that great this time.
We have an order. So first is going to be Yenni.
All right. Straight into rage, baby. I mean, how far away from the door to the wizard? Pretty doable, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay.
It's not a big space.
Just literally run in and jump up with the axe and just like, rage at them. 18 to hit.
That will hit.
Sweet. The damage will be 8 damage.
Awesome. So you come up, you land an awesome hit. Now your second attack, right?
Yes. 20 to hit. Sweet.
That's gonna hit.
Just 4 on this one.
2 chops. All right. Boom, boom. And he is not doing well. You guys definitely got the surprise on him.
I'm going to use an additional bonus action to do Frenzy, which turns after this one, I can make another bonus melee weapon attack for the duration of the rage.
So that'll take effect next time.
Yes, next
All
time.
right. All right, Dierdre, you are right up in the scrum here, right up with Yenni and Drodos here.
So since we're now flanking, I have advantage. I'm going to stab him.
Okay,
There's going to be a bit of a theme here with the stabbing. That'll be a 24 for the first attack. And that'll be 8 plus 11, so 19 damage. And then second attack is 20 to hit. 6. My cunning action, I'm going to disengage. I'm trying to find, like, if there's somewhere I can, like, something I can hide behind real quick and then, like, pop out real quick. But stay close.
Sure, there's plenty of, fancy daises and holders of magical items that he has.
I'm going to hide behind a dais.
Now it is Aryx's turn.
All right, Aryx is going to cast Hex
Okay.
on Mr. Red Wizard, and then I will Agonizing Blast him. Just to show that I'm not lying. I got a critical on that one.
Wow.
Nat 20 plus 6. So
Wow.
26 to hit.
Man.
And it was an Agonizing Blast, so it's going to add my Charisma modifier. So 14 damage total, 7 of which is necrotic damage.
So what is the manifestation of Agonizing Blast? Is it just like...
It's Eldritch Blast, but then it adds, it's got my Charisma behind it, so it's like with a little extra willpower behind it is the way I look at it.
But like a beam of energy.
Yeah, so Eldritch Blast is a beam of crackling energy. So I figured that, but a little bit bigger with some
All right, so you do that, and you see that he stumbles back, kind of falls to his knees there. Suddenly, kind of out of nowhere, for a moment, you feel like time kind of slows down and kind of locks into place. You see that he stands up. He begins to cast all these spells that go into effect on himself. And you see that creates a force field around himself. You see that he duplicates himself, and there's several images of himself there. He pulls out a flask, and he drinks it really fast. And he snaps his fingers again, and his skin, ashen and pale before, turns into this rigid stone. Just as you guys are all there, as that happens, the flow of time begins again. He points his fingers out, and before the time that it unfreezes, he kind of moved to kind of line himself up. And when time unfreezes, he unleashes a bolt of lightning that strikes through all 5 of you. So go ahead and roll a dexterity save.
15.
26.
19.
18.
All right, anybody 17 or lower?
Yeah, I got 15. So did Igneous.
If you saved, you take 13. If you failed, you take 26 damage. There. Igneous, it is your turn now.
Jump out the window. Nope. All right. Hang in there.
Every episode.
Summon another animal.
Bye.
We're on the first floor. Why is he jumping out?
I'm going to jump in there, attack him a bunch, and use Flurry of Blows. So, hit twice with my quarterstaff of bats and toads. First attack, 10. Second attack, 17.
All right, so you're hitting him, but in his new form with the stone skin on him, it just seems to have no effect. It seems like you're just hitting a rock with the quarterstaff. What level do your hands become magical items?
My hands are magical items.
Oh, what a weird question.
You said the
for me
quarterstaff
to ask.
was magical. All right, well, I will continue.
Just because it can do
use-
something magical doesn't mean that it's magical.
It is by definition magical. It was
not
a
how it
druid
works.
staff.
No,
It does
it's-
magically stuff.
But it doesn't have magic on its attacking properties.
I will put the quarterstaff behind me. This isn't working. I can't even hurt this guy, and I'll punch him with Flurry of Blows.
He goes,
Hit twice.
"That's right. You can't harm me."
10 with one punch and 18 with the second punch.
The first one, he steps out of the way. The second one, he goes, "Ha ha ha!" And you hit him, and he goes, "Oh, ow, gosh!" All right, roll damage.
8.
Great, and he kind of is shocked too that we're able to punch him and hurt him, and he's dang it.
I'll put my dukes up and move them around in a threatening manner.
All right, so Biscuit, it is your turn.
All right. I'm going to say, "Hey, Ugly, you don't deserve to be a wizard." And I'll cast Magic Missile at him. And this is going to be at second level. So I cast 4 darts.
Awesome. So it goes, one of your blasts goes and it hits one of the duplicates. You have 4 bolts though, right? So you could
I got 4,
hedge
so
your
I'm
bets.
going to try to, I'm just going to, each one of them is going to be, because it's going to hit. So I'm basically just trying to eliminate the duplicates.
All right, so let's see, if there's 3 duplicates and him, right? So one of them is going to hit him. So go ahead and roll 1d4, and then all of the other ones disappear.
I'll do 2 of the darts in the middle.
All right, so there's what, 5 total?
5 total. But the other duplicates should disappear.
Yeah, so the other ones disappear. So now he's just left. You guys know who the right one is.
There you go. Get him.
All right, Yenni, it is your turn.
Let's just go straight for attacks. Right to the face, if possible.
Okay.
Oh no, 7 for the first one. No good. All right, next one up. 10.
Misses.
Third attack, the frenzy bonus attack. All right, 15.
Oh, that will hit.
Ah, yeah. 8. So maybe not to the face, but maybe like the shin.
All right, you attack again. This time, seems like the stone skin has lessened your attack's ability there, which it still does something there. Dierdre.
So I've been hiding behind my Deus.
The days.
Deus. And so I'm gonna snap back out. Then I'm gonna just run up and stab so we're flanking. Ooh, crit! Crit.
Nice.
27 to hit. That's gonna be 17 damage. I don't roll my sneak bonus twice, right? Or do I?
You
You do. You roll your dice twice.
Yeah.
Oh, snap. 39 damage.
Describe your victory.
Yeah.
So Deidre like literally just like pops her little head up and rushes over and is just like Mark of Zorro, like sink, sink, sink down his front and for good measure, as she's in her final flourish, she chops off his pinky finger too. Just signature move.
All right.
Again, having to like stab it multiple times so that the rapier can.
To chisel it. Yeah.
She's gonna put a
All
pinky
right.
cutting edge on that.
That gruesome display, all of the magical energies and protections that he had on himself fade away, and his lifeless, pale corpse is lying there, bleeding now in this wizard's tower.
Yeah! High five, high five, high five.
Okay.
Well done,
Put my
Dierdre.
hand out.
Nice job.
Yeah.
You're gonna feel real tired right about now.
Actually, I don't feel tired at all. And I just kind of slump.
You get that 2 o'clock in the afternoon post lunch
it's like a
coffee
sugar
wearing
crash.
off.
Yenni,
slump.
do you think you could you carry me? I'm a little tuckered out.
You're just tired for a minute.
No, I'm taking a nap.
Once my frenzy ends, I get hit with 1 level of exhaustion, so I'm probably no good to carry you.
Well, I'll take some time with my super high perception still because it lasts an hour to look around and be like, what do I see? Do I see any spell scrolls? Do I see any? Oh, I'm also looking for little mushroom people, like other mushroom people that might be around.
All right, so you see that there's actually a whole table of like weird looking trinkets on there. You suspect that whatever magic was on there might be on there too. And you find that there's this strange looking kind of curved wand that is on that table too. And you just kind of pick it up and kind of tap it on each of the things. And as you do, like, they turn back into these little tiny mushroom people that are just kind of all kind of table sized. And they're like, "Oh, thank you, you saved us, yay!" And they come up and they give you a big hug.
Hello, Salasides.
Yay!
That evil wizard is dead, and you can go back to the town. We're going to have a ethereal plane celebration.
Anything else good around here, Biscuit?
Yes. There's a plethora of gems and components and things that would be super useful for spell making and spell. You're just like a kid in a candy store. I mean, he just has kind of like everything that you might kind of want. He's got, obsidian and hematite and azurite and agate, all these different onyx and topaz and emeralds. You see that he has kind of in a wardrobe. He opens up. He has a couple of scrolls in there. He has a fireball scroll, and he has an identify scroll. And he has a Leoman's hut.
Okay.
The robes that he was wearing seemed kind of magical.
I'll take the robes. Can somebody help me carry some of this?
Yeah, I'll help you out.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
You could take the gems. I'll take the scrolls and stuff.
I'm already carrying Dierdre.
Okay.
As well, in this one box, you see that there's this cloak that's kind of like this black cloak, but it on closer inspection, it seems like it has this kind of rough, like camel hair type of look to it. You find a dagger as well that on it looks like it has this little carving or engraving on the handle that kind of looks like a mosquito. And then, curiously, on the very bottom of it, you find 2 of these kind of large hula hoop type rings. And there's 2 of them. And they're both in this box here.
Didn't XX Bloody Heart have those? Yeah.
I'll hang on to those till we figure out what they're going to be.
I can identify a lot of this stuff tomorrow.
Yep.
But Dierdre, you had the killing blow on this guy. So do you want to take this dagger? It seems sort of up your alley.
Okay, just put it in my bag.
And so with that, you're able to kind of gather the mushroom children, the little sporelings that were there, and you meet up with the other one that you saved, transformed from a chest. You leave the tower, meet back up with Senio, head back to the village. It's joy as you reunite these people that they thought were lost. Bring them in, and they're very grateful. After congratulating you and everything, they say, "Please take these shiny objects, flesh bones. You deserve them. They are for you as a reward for ridding our forest of that horrible thing."
Thank you. We'll take all of them.
If you'd like, it is a tradition for us to visit the ethereal plane, and
Let's do it.
they all begin to sit down, kind of get comfortable, and kind of relax a little bit. They begin to kind of concentrate and close their eyes. Out of them, these magical spores leave out of their gills, and it kind of floats in the air the way that fireflies would, and it kind of creates this ambient environment. And you guys begin to kind of blink a lot, and you see that visions of colors and sounds that you hadn't heard before and don't really understand begin to kind of show in front of you. And
It's kind of like that scene in Avatar with all those little floaty things.
Yes.
For the kids
yes,
to understand.
Yeah, exactly. It's just like
it's
Avatar.
like a bunch of floating, glowing things.
Yeah. And so for a little while, you just kind of
Then all of a
see
sudden,
this,
Moody Blues
spectacle.
start playing. And
Have you ever looked at your paws though? Like really looked at them?
I don't have paws. I mean, I never really. Oh my gosh, I have paws. What the heck is going on?
I just think it's a shame that we just don't ever really see each other, right? I mean, we see each other, but we don't really see each other. I mean, I just feel like we're so disconnected.
You all begin to see these strange shapes and forms and people that appear and animals that kind of appear in there. And Yenni, really strangely to you, you very clearly kind of see this vision of a young woman who kind of has fire coming off of her hair and off of her hands. You see that she becomes engulfed in it and then bursts out of that as a older but still young adult, and you just feel this strange connection as you see this vision there. And the rest of you continue to have this strange experience, and eventually the air clears of the spores, and you are able to kind of regain your senses. But now, after having this experience, maybe feel more connected in a way you didn't know you would have before.
Whoa.
Right. Well, thank you for your hospitality. This has been an experience.
I'm glad we did that after.
Wait, I just heard what you were saying, but your lips weren't moving.
I think my lips weren't moving.
Hold on, I'm gonna think something real hard and see if you can hear what I'm thinking.
Okay. No.
Well, this has been lovely, but we do have some obligations, so thank you, goodbye. I'm looking forward to sleeping in an actual bed.
Yenni's gonna go up to the elder, the main elder, and go thank you for the fire lady, and then give him the stone pinky from the wizard as a gift.
Yes.
I love Yenni.
Thank you. This is a treasured item. They will take their hand, and you see that they pull a piece of their finger off, and they give it to you, and they say, "Please, in equal exchange."
Awesome.
So now you have a mushroom finger.
Dun, 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 dun.
Good thing they gave you the finger.
Hello, listeners of the Roll Table. This is Jeff, your DM for Season 4. Thank you for listening along to our podcast. Wanted to take a minute to shout out again. Every week we shout out a local bookstore or gaming store. And I want to shout out Verbatim Books in North Park here in San Diego. If you're a San Diego native, you know North Park's the coolest, hippest place to be, and the coolest bookstore is Verbatim Books. It's right there, 30th and University, right there in North Park. You can check them out. It's verbatimbooks.com, verbatim-books.com. So check them out, and if you're in town, stop by and pick up a new book. Tell us about your local game store or bookstore. We'll give them a shout out here on the announcements on our Twitter. It's at Rolled Table. I want to plug our friend Matt Messerman. He plays Branch and Aryx in this season. I want to plug a mini podcast he's doing with his daughter Savannah. It's called Wise Folk. It's a fun little podcast where they talk about things and explore the world together. Wise Folk, but it's WHYS. FOLK. So it sounds like wise, like I am wise, but it's wise folk. If you want to support our podcast, the best thing you can do is rate and review. We love those 5-star reviews, but the rating and reviewing is what we need. Check us out on Instagram and Twitter. It's at Rolled Table. You can also join our Discord server. We have a lot of fun on there. I'm on there all the time. We discuss stuff with fans. We show artwork. We kind of discuss what's happening in the podcast world and behind the scenes. So it's a great place to get in on the ground floor of what we're doing. The music in the episode brought to you by Weston Gardner of Arcane Anthems. You can support him on Patreon with Arcane Anthems. And Chris Daly does all of our amazing art. If you're not subscribed to him on Patreon, you got to get on there. He's Dungeon Heads on Patreon. So go and check out his awesome art. You can use some for free for your next character there at Dungeon Heads on Patreon. If you have questions, you want to get in contact with us, it's knightsoftherolledtable@gmail.com. We know there are so many D&D actual play podcasts out there. And we thank you so much for listening to our little podcast. We love doing it, and we're so glad that you're listening. Now, go out, especially if you have that second vaccine done, and make life an adventure. He gestures his hand, and these immense walls of fire come ignite behind you and to the side of you and to the top of you and fill up the entirety of the cave all around you. He says,
Time to die.
and everybody go ahead and roll initiative.
That's a 4.
11.
14.
I also got 14.
12.
All right, so first up is Gekish. Gekish comes up and he says, he kind of turns to you guys. He goes, guys, don't worry. I've fought with this guy before, and look, I turned out fine. Okay. He turns around and he waves his hand, kind of in the air, and he generates some magic spears that come out of nowhere, and they launch up, and they come up and they land in Gohol, and he kind of goes,
Is that the best you have, Kekish?
Gekish goes, we'll see. After that, it is now Sarsa's turn.
Right, listen, you lot. We've been through a lot of crazy stuff together, and I'll be damned if today is the last day that I get to fight alongside all of you, alright? So give them all you've got. And I'm going to cast Motivational Speech. That basically I address my allies, and everybody gets 5 temporary hit points, and
Whoa.
you have advantage on wisdom saving throws. And if you are hit by an attack, you have advantage on the next attack roll that you make. Cool. So that's going to be my main action, and that's going to do me. I think I'm good.
Okay. You see that Gohol generates this giant flaming scimitar out of the black smoke cast around him. And he swings it around and then comes down at Gekish and is going to hit him. Gekish is partially pinned underneath it, and the flames begin to burn him, and he kind of screams, goes, "Oh, God, burn it up!" Pulls up the sword, prepares for another swing down. And with that, it is Carver's turn.
Oh boy.
If only he was wearing his wool coat, but somebody made him take that off.
I would have had resistance.
I say, we need definitely to up our game, amp up our game. And out of my little component in my forearm, Carver's forearm component will open up, and these little floating carved mechanical jellyfish will go over to Deleth and kind of wrap around him, and then Deleth enlarges twice his size to a large size from a medium size, and he is considered enlarged.
Yay!
Thanks for buffing me up, brother.
All right, it is Deleth's turn.
All right. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go with Insightful Fighting. So that's an insight check against Charisma on, I forget his name. Gohol.
Gohol.
You roll Charisma and try and beat an 18.
He beats that.
Ooh. All right, then. Nothing happens.
Genies are very charismatic.
Got it. I'll go ahead and pull a Mario and just like leverage myself off some rock and kind of jump at him.
Do it.
Oh no, 9.
All right, so you leverage up, and just as you're kind of coming up, he bats his offhand down and slaps you right out of the air, and you fall back and into the rocks. So you take 8 damage from the fall. Because of his Afriti flame touch, you're going to take 4 points of fire damage, and you are going to be on fire now. So you will take fire damage unless you take time to put the fire out that's on you.
Got it. Can I use Uncanny Dodge to sort of reduce some of the non-fire damage?
Yeah, let's cut it in half and say that you're able to get the your dodge. You're able to kind of get the fire off of you. And with that, he takes another turn because he can do that. And so he is going to swing down right at Del. That'll be a 29 to hit, so I assume that hits.
Sure does.
And again, his giant flaming scimitar comes down and partially crushes you under the sand, and you take 20 damage from this. And he again lifts it up. And it is now Jerik's turn.
Oh, that hurt, brother.
Run away.
Hollywood Hulk Hogan.
When Del gets enlarged, he turns into Randy Savage.
Pretty much, yep.
Alright, well, as my bonus action, I'm going to drop a Hexblade's Curse on him, which means I'd crit on a 19, and I add my proficiency to damage rolls, and I'd heal should we kill him. And then I'm going to attack him twice with my supercharged up weapon.
Okay.
Because of Sacred Weapon, it's going to be plus 14 to hit, plus 13 to hit. First attack, 23.
Hits.
That's going to be 12 damage.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna attack him again. 17.
Misses.
Ugh. All right. Well, 12 damage. And I'm gonna stand there right in front of him.
Hey, chisel attack
Okay.
with a 21,
Hits.
10 force damage.
All right, he bats at it. It clearly is bothering him a little bit. All right, it is Branch's turn.
Branch is going to cast Conjure Minor Elementals, and he is going to make a gargoyle appear, and he will say, hello, Mr. Gargoyle, thank you for coming. Please kill the big genie guy.
Right, no problem.
Oh, nice.
You want me to kill him? You want me to kill him?
Yeah, yes, please.
Kill him.
Kill him, stop him, hurt him, whatever it takes. Do not let him hurt my friends or me. Then Branch is going to turn into a cave bear.
Gohol lets out another big laugh. A summoner as well. And he pulls up his hand as if he's pulling something out from the ground. And around the gargoyle, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 6-foot tall flaming elementals surround the gargoyle, begin to attack the gargoyle as he goes. And again, he's going to swing, and this time he is going to go for Branch. That's going to be 31 to hit.
Let me see if that is going to hit my bear.
Wait, 6 fire elementals?
The 6 fire elementals are going after the gargoyle, and then the 31 is to hit with his giant scimitar.
Yeah.
But big, full-size fire elementals.
Yeah. 6 feet tall
Yes.
fire elementals. That's what he said, yeah.
I'm sorry, yeah. Just to give you the scale, they're not like little tiny fire elementals. Yeah.
So I'm going to just... The 31's going to hit me.
All right, and you'll take 28 damage as the sword just crushes you down, and you get lifted back up on you. And it's Gekish's turn, and he begins to swirl both of his hands, and he shoots more spears of magical energy that come up. They're heading right towards him, and Gohol just kind of glares at them, and the magic just kind of stops, and they turn around, and they all shoot back at each of you. And so each of you takes 5 magic damage. It is Sarsa's turn.
Right, well, I don't like this guy. I'm just going to go ahead. I'm going to do Spiritual Weapon, and I'm going to cast that as a 3rd level spell, and then a Sacred Flame. Spiritual Weapon is going to be 21 to hit as a melee attack.
That hits.
12 damage plus 3, so 15 damage is what that's going to hit him for.
Okay.
And he has to make a dex save.
18.
18 will save, so I miss him. But now I have my Spiritual Weapon.
Yay! Gohol takes back his scimitar again and swings it down, and this time he's going to swing again, or maybe for the first time, at Sarsa, and that'll be an even 30 to hit.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Yeah, real lucky. You take 10 damage.
This is just melee
From that.
damage.
Melee
I
damage.
do have a reaction as my Tempest Domain, where I get to thunderously rebuke him, so he has to make a dex save.
13.
That'll miss, and he's going to take 7 lightning damage.
The lightning comes up the sword, and it shocks his hand. As normally you would see that the lightning embraces, a whole person. This one only seems to kind of go up his arm and stop there. It is Carver's turn. You're next.
So Carver is going to pull out his large knife, and out of one of his fingers, a small red mechanical snake is going to kind of wrap around it. And I'm casting Branding Smite, which is a bonus action. It kind of like infuses, and the knife starts to glow. And then I kind of pull back and throw it, making an attack at... I throw the knife and make an attack at the guy.
All right, do it.
24 to hit.
That'll hit.
and that'll be 7 piercing damage. And then it comes back to me.
Awesome.
And then extra attack. I hit him, throw it at him again. 23 to hit.
That'll hit.
And that's an extra 9 points. Okay. And then it comes back to me again. Then Chisel will also attack another force-empowered rend. And that's a 19 to hit.
That'll miss.
Oh, darn.
Great. So the knife comes up and slashes at him, and you see that where like normally like blood would come out, that it's just kind of this fiery ash that kind of comes and pours out of him. Now it is Deleth's turn.
Does he look in any way affected by what we're doing to him?
Roll an intelligence check, just straight up intelligence.
Okay. 15.
He's so massive that it's like toothpicks. The spears are toothpicks. It's his sheer size. Is really, I think, making it hard to really think that you're doing anything. But the hits that have landed, he's winced at and noticed them. He's not impervious.
Right. So it has been affecting him.
It has been affecting him. But how much? Sure. If I step on a thumbtack, sure, it hurts. Is it going to kill me? It would take a lot of thumbtack,
I'm imagining you have a sheet with, like, the number 300, and you're just subtracting these small numbers from it. And it's like, oh, boy. Okay, I'm just going to yell out at everybody, like, I think we might be outmatched here, everyone. We might want to reconsider and come up with Plan B. While yelling that out, I'm still going to go with Insightful Fighting. And I'll do another insight check against his charisma. Oh yeah, 23.
Okay, you get the insight. You are incited.
Oh, perfect. So if successful, I can use sneak attack for 1 minute, even with no advantage.
Okay, cool.
So I will indeed sort of, I don't know if I was like on my back or anything, or just kind of pick myself back up and like lunge at him again with my rapier. 8.
Oh. Nope.
Oh no!
Oh, man.
Gohol sticks his sword in the sand with both of his hands, shoots out several gigantic fireball spells, and they impact near each of you. They engulf all of you in these fiery explosions. So everybody on the field is going to take 51 fire damage. As he levels, he just blasts it down. You can roll for the half on the dexterity saving throw.
Question.
Yes.
Does he also attack the gargoyle? And if so, since it's a fireball, does it also attack all the little dudes around him?
Yes. It hits all of them, but they are immune to fire, so they like it. The spell save DC is 17, so if you get better than a 17, it's
How
half.
much damage are we taking?
51.
And this is fire
25.
damage.
Correct.
So I have a resistance to fire damage.
Yes.
So then I would take 25.
Yes.
I'm going to cast Absorb Elements.
Okay.
So I will also have resistance to that, and I absorb some of the fire.
Branch is... the gargoyle is massively hit, but not down. Branch is knocked out of being a cave bear and turned into himself, and then takes a bunch of damage on top of that.
Okay. All right. It is Jerik's turn.
Well, Jerik is super burned, considering his life choices, and he raises up a hand with his hand that's holding a shield and says, "Question, what's it like to be such a pathetic, lonely fool that nobody wants to hang out with you, even with all of this power?" And he'll cast Compelled Duel as a bonus action, which will compel the creature Gohol. Gohol makes a Wisdom saving throw to resist being compelled to attack Jared.
5.
He is drawn to attack Jared, compelled by my divine demand. And he has disadvantage on attack rolls against creatures other than me, and must make a wisdom saving throw each time he attempts to move to a space that's more than 30 feet away from me. Which, I'm not going anywhere. So basically just like disadvantage if anybody else attacks. And then I'll do some attacking. Come on, attacking. Come on, crits. I'm sure we're almost there. 28 to hit.
That'll hit.
It's going to be 13 damage. Attacking again. Oh, I rolled an 18, so that's 31 to hit.
That'll hit.
That's 12 damage, and I will also smite. Alright, so adding 3d8 for smite damage, that's going to do another 13 radiant damage.
He, for the first time, looks very annoyed, and he looks right down at you, and he says,
I have cleaned dirt off my shoe that bothered me more than you.
That's a dumb thing to say. He says, I've smashed bugs that are stronger than you. And he swings down at you in a series of repeated blows. 35 to hit, 22 to hit, 41 to hit.
Jeez.
I assume...
Well, I will cast shield
41?
and block the second one, but that won't be high enough to... And it'll keep working, but it won't be high enough to block the first and the third one.
Okay, so the first and the third. And he swings it down and crushes you with one, and it does 34 damage. And he lifts it up, and you manage to roll out of the way, and he misses down on the ground. And then he turns it right side up and tries to stab down again, and hits you and pins you under again for another 34 damage.
Believe it or not, that will make me unconscious.
All right. And as he lifts up the blade, you guys see that Jerik is no longer standing, and he lifts that up, and you guys no longer see Jerik standing. And it is Branch's turn.
Okay. So, technically speaking, I lost concentration when I got hit for a bunch of damage, so the gargoyle would have gone away, but he never got a chance to attack, which he would have before that. So, I'm gonna... So is it cool if the gargoyle attacks, and then he just disappears?
Sure.
So he's just gonna... I think the gargoyle will be smart enough to attack the ones in front of him.
Okay.
So he's gonna try to go through them, basically. So whichever one is directly between him and Gohol, he's gonna do that. He's gonna start by biting him.
Okay.
It's the multi-attack. So that's 12 to hit.
Okay. Misses.
And then he'll claw, and that's a 9 to hit.
Misses as well.
So useful. And then he goes poof. Guys, we should not be here. He'll say to Gohol, hey, Gohol, could we stop fighting?
He looks over and says,
No.
All right. Then Branch is going to cast Guardian of Nature, and he will do it as the Great Tree form,
Wait, Branch turns into a giant tree?
basically.
now he's a branch of the... He's the whole tree now. He's not just the branch.
Yep. And doesn't say anything about, like, being extra damaged by fire or anything, so I'm going to assume that's not the case.
Yeah, trees never burn.
Right. Well, he's a living tree, so it'd be harder to burn.
Okay.
And then with my bonus action, I'm going to use Nimble Escape and hide.
So walk me through this. You just turned into a tree, and
I have
now
a
you're
tree life.
attempting... Okay. You're
Yeah.
tree-like.
I have bark skin. I got
Okay.
leaves for her.
Sure.
And now I'm hiding.
You're like Groot. Okay.
Yeah. Or if you prefer, I hide and then I do that, but he can still move.
Okay.
All these tree bark is around you, making it hard, but he doesn't know where you are.
Probably not very good. Where's my stealth? That's a 10.
All right. So it is Gekish's turn. He tries again, and you see now a bunch of magic. He starts hurling, and just all of this energy starts flowing at him. Just as it's starting to kind of shine and reflect and kind of bother Gohol, he reaches down and his whole arm and hand erupts into flame and expands into this giant claw, picks him up. You can see just like crushing a moth and rolling the guts around inside of the hand. He does that to him. You just see like this sand just fall out of his hand. Gekish is no longer among you.
He's no longer lucky.
It is Sarsa's turn.
You know, I rather like that guy. I'm a little nervous here, guys. Are we going down today? We did all this for what? Little girl? Little Iso? I'll smack at him with my spiritual weapon. So that's gonna be an 18 to hit.
Misses.
Oh.
And as it comes up to him, it does hit him, but he takes it, even though it is magic in its form. He twists it and breaks it, and the magic fizzes away, and so your spiritual weapon is no more.
This is a bad day, you guys. Well, let's double down. I'm gonna rush him, and I'm gonna do Inflict Wounds as a level 4 spell.
Okay.
10.
That'll miss.
Cool. Oh, that's my turn. Swing and a miss.
All right. Gohol the Brutal takes another turn, and just as before, sets his sword down into the sand and again unleashes a flurry of fireballs that overlap and concentrate on all of you, and each of them as they go. So you can go ahead and make your dex saves. It'll be 46 damage on a fail and 23 on a success. All right, it is Carver's turn.
Chisel is going to fly down, and one of her actions is to repair, and she can actually repair me for some hit points. Okay. So I'm going to a construct or an item. I'm going to gain 6 hit points. I'll use a bonus action to cast Branding Smite again. Attack twice with this knife, throwing at it. So 15 will probably miss.
Miss.
22.
Hits.
So 11.
11. All right, the knife flings out. It slices him again and returns to you.
Carver's going to say,
We need to leave.
Gohol says,
It's too late for that.
he is going to swing at you, Carver, with his giant sword. That'll be a 31 to hit. So that'll be 20 damage to you.
Carver's unconscious.
And again, the sword coming down, and something about him being able to detect the fallen foe, he just digs it a little deeper into the ground, as if squishing a bug with a stick, just mashing it down out of pure brutality. And he lifts it back up, and it's Dell's turn.
I actually forgot to mention I failed my dodge, so let's just say when the gulfs inflame me or completely engulf me, you just hear me yell out, "This was my favorite code!"
Oh no!
And then I'm unconscious.
He's going to take another turn then.
Is Sarsa still up?
Yep.
Sarsa's still up and Branch is still up, so he's going to take another turn. He's going to, again with his giant hand, Branch, you tried to hide behind like some rocks that were there. He reaches down and he simply moves them all out of the way with his giant enlarged hand, and sees you in your tree form there and swings 32 to hit.
That's gonna hit.
Okay. So it'll be 31 damage to Branch.
31 damage. Oh yeah, Branch is knocked out.
So we'll dig again down, and pulls up his sword again, looks down upon Sarsa, the only one left standing, and again will hold his sword with two hands and swing down upon her for 35 to hit.
No.
With that, Sarsa again is mashed beneath the soil. The last thing that you all hear is the horrible laugh of Gohol the Brutal as darkness overwhelms each and every one of you.